Hello, this is another video in my series of videos where I do the Everybody Codes challenges much later after they've already been posted and after the high score list has been completely frozen. That last part isn't necessarily intentional, it's just that I don't have time to do these usually when they drop. And then I forget about them. And so now it's here several months later. Anyway, this is going to be the first several problems. I don't know how many. Obviously, I'll put that in the video title, so you'll know how many. The first several problems in the Everybody Codes 2025 challenge. I'm going to be doing them in golang. And before I open up the challenge, I set up a little framework here based on what I've done before. I have let's look at the directory structure I have here. I have in my Everybody Codes directory, I have the 2025 directory, I have golang and input, and in golang I just have the go.mod file. Now actually, you know what? I should change my version of Go. I'm going to ask it, what version of Go do I have? Okay, I have 1.24 installed. You know what? I'm gonna do what is the current version of Go? Current version is 126.3. I'm gonna jump to that. So, first thing I'm going to do here is say that. And this is wrong. There. So I have my Go mod file, I have standard git ignore, and in the directory, in fact, I also have a git ignore file in my input directory, just to ignore all of the input files, so that when I do a git commit, I don't accidentally commit my input. Although the people behind Everybody Codes, as far as I know, have not made it explicit that you shouldn't share input files. They are based on Advent of Code, and the people behind Advent of Code have made it very explicit that they would prefer people to not share input files. And okay, I just think that's respectful there. So anyway, that's what we do here. Okay, I have this all set up. I don't know if these default names are correct. I will figure it out and fix it if need be. So let me get into the directory I want to be in. Okay, let's go look at the problems. I don't know how long I have to work on this. I think I probably only have a little over an hour. So after I finish this, after an hour, we'll see where we are, and then I can run this through all the processing and upload it. Anyway. Okay, night is warm. Blacksmith has finished tasks in the forge. Lays down something on the forge. An egg, not just any egg, far larger. Astonishment. Egg remains almost cold. A dragon? A duck? Or you are the creature itself. Okay. Interesting. Faintly glowing dots and lines cover its entire surface. Each section contains a list of names, instructions. First name of the list. Right or left? L3. Okay, so right 3. Okay. Pretty straightforward. Okay. You see, I mean, we could probably do this just AC 2025. Okay. Input. Okay, why did that not? Aha. Because it is that. Okay. So it's not EC, it's E. Okay. Q01P1. Okay, so what do we have to read? We have to read 2 lines, line of names, blank, line of instructions. Okay. Scanner.scan. Name stir. Scanner.text. Names. Strings.split. Name stir, comma. Scanner.scan, read the blank line. Scanner.scan, read the other line. Instruction string is the instructions, and then instructions. Strings.split. Instruction string at the comma. Then, okay, then we do for, okay. Name, aim index. We start at the first name, that is name 0. For underscore comma instruction. Range instructions. LR indicator. Instruction 0. Distance. Strconv dot okay, now this is not going to work. Error if nil, panic, bad, okay, if indicator L, then if oh yeah, so distance comes out as a given 32. Yeah, distance comes out as a yeah, this is all very straightforward. X equals min names minus 1 name ID x. Yeah, and this I could have done with max. You know what, I'm actually going to save that. Okay, print line P1 names name index. Okay, looks good to me. Now this first time it might take a little bit because it has to, oh. Or it might not. I was thinking you might have to download the new version of Go, but I guess I've already gotten that somewhere else. Yay! Okay, part 2. List of names, a closed circle. Each name connects to the next, and finally. Okay, very straightforward. Same as before. Make that input 2. That name index is that. Okay, so this becomes now I would like to do this as just that. Unfortunately, golang uses the weird definition of percent that C does, so I have to, in order to make sure that we are getting the right value, I have to go through that little dance. That's just something that C does. Okay, make sure I'm putting in input 2. Yes. Okay. Yay. Okay, name relative to the one at the top of the circle that must swap places with it. Okay. R3 is L2 R3 L2 R3 Okay, the name at the top of the list at the end. Okay, so same thing. All of the parts of the input is the same. Just make sure I use input 3. Okay, now so if I have and then this is just distance. And then I'm going to say names 0 equals names name index names name index equals temp 0. Okay, and I am using input 3. Yep. Okay. And that's because I forgot to download my new input. Okay. Okay, so yay! Okay, let's go back to the list of quests. Okay, so before I start quest 2. Let's get my framework set. Yes. Git add quest 1. Okay. Git commit -m E2025 Q01. Right. Now, let us get my Quest 2 framework set up. Quest 2 framework set up. So, new folder, Quest 2, new file in that folder, main.go. Okay, these are all Quest 2s. Oh, I should have changed that. Okay, let us go. Am I ready? Yeah. Okay. I am ready for Quest 2. Let's start Quest 2. You wake up at a Vash to XY. Multiplying two complex numbers. Okay, so these really are complex numbers. Dividing two complex numbers involves dividing both. Okay. Okay, so we don't know yet what happens. Okay, so it's just supposed to be smashed down. Multiplying acts like, so addition and multiplication act the way they do. Division works differently. Okay, so these are not really complex numbers. These are not really complex numbers as the math term is normally understood. Okay, this should be relatively straightforward. Type x, and then what do we have? Okay. A dot x plus b dot x, a dot y plus b dot y. And just double checking that they really do mean yep. A dot x times b dot x minus a dot y times b dot y. A dot x times b dot y plus a dot y times b dot x. This is the really weird one. Just a second, I've got to check something. No. Cx int a dot x divided by b dot x, a dot y divided by b dot y. Presuming that does the right thing on with the fractions. It'll probably be fine. Okay, so the notes will look like that. Okay, note. And then paragraph stop must compile a equals okay. Sure. Then find string submatch notestir. Cxmol and this won't work. This won't work. Val x dot parse int parse bracket 1 10. x, val y. Okay, and now what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to do this 3 times. Val. Okay, multiply it. Okay, no, I start with r being equal to 0. Sorry. Val a, val r. Okay, and then 3 times I do val r, cx mul, val r, 3 times I do that. And then I say val r equals, what am I doing? I'm doing val r is val r slash 10 comma 10. Div val r cx int 10 10 val r plus a r val a. Paste, paste. Okay, do that 3 times, then printf p1 colon bracket val r dot x okay, looks good to me. Go run quest 2. Yep. Okay. Blacksmith. Sure. Okay. Got it. Sure. Oh, right. Yes, of course it would be Mandelbrot set. I should have recognized it as a Mandelbrot set. Take a point called Z in the complex plane, and let Z1 be Z squared plus C, and Z2 is Z2 squared plus C. Plus C, and so on. There's a song by Jonathan Coulton called Mandelbrot Set, which if I remember, I'll put in a card linking there above. And it's a fun little song, and okay, and 100 cycles there. Right. Okay. So, remember the old program Fractint? Well, if you don't, it used to be a... Yeah, anyway. Okay, so that's that, and that's what we do. Okay. So, parsing is the same. Okay, val A. Opposite corner. End corner. CX add A. CX int. Int of what? That? Okay, end corner is that, and then 100 and... Okay, the first 5 points. The first 5 points in the first row are... Okay, so we go up by 10 every time. Yes, because we have 1,000, so going up by 10, so... Yes. Okay, so... Yeah. So, for test x colon equals val a dot x, test x less than or equal to end corner dot x, test x plus equals 10, and same for test y. Test y, 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 test y. Okay, then okay, then func should engrave val a test of type cxint. Okay, and then um, 100. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm not off by 1 here. So if we do C divide by the million, add the should engrave. Actually, we just have we don't have to use valet, we just use test. And then we do check then for range 100 do check cx mul check multiply the result by itself. Cx add check test, and in between here we do check cx div Okay, now I am a slight bit concerned. I'm a slight bit concerned here, but I shouldn't. I shouldn't be, because even though I've called it ints and I've said it's only a 32-bit number, really Go is going to be doing me a 64-bit number, so it's fine. It's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Aha. I should copy that. Okay. Yes, always copy the numbers because you're not gonna. Yeah. If abs of check.x greater than is abs not a built-in? Oh. Fine. If x or y coordinates okay, and then if should engrave x okay, and then we just want the number of print line okay, yeah, looks good to me. Okay, that's really sus. I don't trust that, so let me do this. Huh. And I'm really doing aha. Yep. So I was using input 1, so I was using the wrong point. And the problem now is I didn't download my input. One 177. Yay! Okay. Okay, part 3. Okay, same as before, but we are now doing a much finer grid. 1000 what? Okay, so instead of plus 10, we do that. Remember to download the input, and remember to move the input into place. Okay, so I've been working on this video now for, oh, I can't tell, but it feels like it's been nearly an hour. I'm going to have to stop. So I'll upload this, and unfortunately it is just the first 2 quests, but they were both relatively straightforward, but still took a decent amount of time. Oh well. Hopefully I will get a chance to do more quests in this 2025 challenge sometime soon. Thank you for watching. If you can watch the playlist, you'll see when I post new things. And I'm not going to ask you to subscribe to my channel because it's so ridiculously low traffic. I'm sure that I'm sure the algorithm will show you this stuff if this is the kind of thing you want to see. So, actually, I'm going to add a little bit of content on. This is, I was just reviewing the video so far, and it occurred to me that I really like this pretty picture they make here, and so let's try to make a picture like that, even if it's just something that we have to put into, even if it's something we have to redirect to a file and open Visual Studio Code and shrink down a lot in order to see. So I'm going to use exactly those characters, whatever those particular characters happen to be, and I'm only going to do this for I'm only going to do this for the larger one. Print. Print line. Then And let's okay, so oh, duh. If I want to print dots, I should actually print dots. And then, what does this actually look like? Oh, and isn't that pretty? That's a nice little Mandelbrot section. Good job, Knight. This is a good spot on the Mandelbrot set. Yeah, good job. Anyway, that's just adding the extra pretty picture there at the end. Okay, now that's really all for us, and I will be back when I get a chance, when I'm able to do this again.